So that was cool.
All right.
Good questions, guys.
Yes. If you could give your character any advice, what would it be? Just talk about your feelings, Andrew. Just tell girls how you feel. You know, open up, be honest. I think it's a struggle for me to sort of watch him not really know how to articulate how he feels and sort of let this really beautiful thing go and to not really be able to sort of share certain things with Maggie's character quite honestly. But that's about it. What about you guys?
You go.
Just advice.
Give your character some advice.
Yeah, I would tell him, shut that grandpa crap down. Don't work on the grandpa. No, I think
that.
Don't take that off of them. No, I think advice is tough because Ben and Bailey have a really good relationship. It's just weird. Not necessarily because of how they deal with the relationship, because just the facts. You know, she's his boss's boss, and that's inherently awkward. So probably, I don't know. Ben might want to take some more. You know, try to make sure that everybody gets that. You know, he's in the same boat that they are. All the other residents that he's in. You know, look, I'm getting no special treatment, so I'm getting beat down the same way you guys are.
You just get it at home.
I get it at home too. That's the thing. And then, yeah.
I don't know. You know, like Owen, I love my character of Owen, but sometimes I want to knock him in the head and just say, use your words, Owen. You know, just like use your words, man. Like you got a problem with Riggs, talk about it. Tell people. You know, why are you sort of keeping it all buttoned up and growing he's like grows an ulcer instead. You know, like I'm from a Scottish family, and you know, we always say, you know, get everything out before you go to sleep at night. You know, make sure you've said everything that's bothering you, whatever. Owen never does that. It takes him episodes and episodes to eventually actually say what's going on. So I wish he would use his words. That's what I would say.
All right, next question. How many hours are spent on the set each day?
Oh wow, that really varies. I mean, it depends on because look, there's a lot of people on the show, as you guys know. I mean, you know, so it kind of rotates. So when your storylines kind of come to the front, you'll be on set for, you know, I mean, a regular day on set is pretty standard, 12 hours. Can get as much as, you know, even 15 sometimes.
And so, you're in every scene, and that's your day. But then you'll have other days where you're in for maybe like 2 hours.
Right. Like yesterday, I was on set from 7:30 till 9 p.m. I was in every scene.
Right.
But then I'm off today, and you're going to be. Jason's got a huge episode coming up. So you're going to be carrying the torch for quite a while.
I told the family, I was like, Daddy's going bye-bye. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah.
So it varies.
All right. Oh, you haven't picked one in a while.
There we go. So, Jason, question for you. What can we expect from Ben and Bailey?
What can you expect from Ben and Bailey? Nothing. They're a perfect couple. There's, you know, nothing's ever going to change. They're just going to be perfect forever. Because that's what happens in Shondaland. But everybody's happy forever. No, Ben and Bailey, like I said, you know, the awkwardness of her being his boss and actually his boss's boss. And Ben is... he's been a doctor for a long time. He's an anesthesiologist, and so with that comes he knows how this thing goes, and he's been itching to be a surgeon for a long time. So with that comes a little bit of I don't want to say boldness, but that he's ambitious, and sometimes ambition can be a problem. And if you're ambitious as a resident, and your boss is your wife, that creates problems. Creates intense problems, and that's all I can say. I think without having Shonda's ninjas come out of the woodwork and take me out.
Yeah.
Wait, there they are. No. All right. What relationship would you like to see happen on the show? I don't know.
You know what? Actually, what's funny? What I kind of want to see come back, and this is going to be not the answer you're expecting. I want the guys to hang out more again.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to, like, shooting golf balls off the roof or hanging out at the, you know,
Yeah.
the trailer, that sort of thing.
Yep.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the bromance come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they want to. There's so many great stories at the moment. It's hard to find it at
Yeah.
the time. But I think the writers definitely, and I know Shonda wants to do that. So I'd vote for that too.
Yeah, they sneak it in, but you know, there's like you said, they got so many good things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in the first couple seasons of the show, it was more about interns at the time, obviously, but I think I like to just see some of the scenes with some of the other interns as well, and just sort of exchanging about the experience of what it's like and how's it going for you, and like I'm having a really crappy time right now, and you know this is happening to me, and so just sort of like unwinding and being able to vent with someone else who's in your same position, which I feel like I haven't had. So I guess that's maybe something that I would like to see.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right,
That's one. Let's make it a good one. Kim, go
This is the last one?
Go indeed.
last one.
Will your characters have any challenges coming up for them?
No. Never.
No.
This is going to be plain sailing from
Easy,
here on out.
smooth, yeah.
Nothing bad's going to happen.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Yeah, we're going to have challenges, all right. Yeah. I know that Owen's struggling with his own demons and his past, and and it comes out in a big way in the second half of the season. It's quite explosive. He really kind of gets himself in trouble, because he just can't seem to get past the fact that Nathan Riggs is here and in his life again, this person that he tried to sort of eradicate from his life. So yeah, my character's going to have trouble times ahead for sure. And him and Amelia are going to have trouble times ahead. So yeah, you better buckle up. So yeah.
I think for Andrew and Maggie, I think he's been having a really sort of, even though there's been some bumps in the road, a really good time with Maggie, and I think he feels really confident about being with her, about being open about it, and I think his perspective is going to change as we move forward about that and about how comfortable he feels with dating his higher up at work.
Yeah, dating the higher ups, problematic.
I'm leaning with you, buddy. I'm leaning with you.
And that's kind of what this entire show's based on.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Yeah, I think Ben is, like I was just saying, he's ambitious, and he's good. He's actually a really, he has a chance to be, he's a good resident, so he has a chance to be a superstar surgeon. So that combination, you might end up thinking that you're better than you are at this point. And when you're holding people's lives in your hands, that's not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, and then everything falls apart with that.
Yeah.
Definitely no smooth sailing.
No, and look at Jackson in April, man.
Yeah.
You can't spoil that stuff, but that gets really intense.
Yeah.
The second half of the season.
Oh, there's
Stuff is wild.
besides the night episode, which if you miss it, you will hate yourself, and you'll go on somewhere in social media universe and you realize how much you'll hate yourself because everybody will be talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's another episode coming up, a April episode specifically, that if you miss that one, you'll also feel completely out of the loop.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching us, guys. Hope we answered all your questions, and tune in tonight at 8. Okay.
Tonight at 8 o'clock.
We love you.
This is the show. Remember, call this.
If you didn't know.